Crash course on the history of YouTube. Let's get into it. Chapter 1, the early years of YouTube. YouTube was founded in 2005 by Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Javed Karim, who were all former PayPal employees. Three came up with the idea for YouTube at a dinner party in Texas when they were discussing the biggest headline of the day, which was the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson Super Bowl halftime show. Of course, this halftime show and the event that happened in it was a super big headline at the time, but the three realized together that for some reason no one was able to find a video of the halftime show. And why was that? That was because at the time there wasn't any proper site on the internet to host video. So the three came up with an idea. What if we make a site where people can post videos? At the time, Flickr was where people posted pictures on the internet, so they thought, let's make a Flickr, but for video. But even still, YouTube looks nothing like how it does today. At least the first prototype didn't, because YouTube actually started as a dating website. The three founders paid women on Craigslist $20 to join the site, and just to prove that it was a dating site, here's a screenshot from the early days of YouTube. As you can see underneath the search bar, you can indicate what gender you are, what gender you're trying to find, and what age of a person you're trying to see videos of. The dating website idea was inspired by another dating website that was popular at the time called Hot or Not, where you rate someone's attractiveness on a scale of 1 to 10, and that was the same thing that YouTube was doing, but just for videos instead of pictures. But after realizing that no one was joining the platform, even after the bribes that the founders were giving people on Craigslist, they decided to welcome any kind of video, and the modern day YouTube was born. And to further incentivize people to join the platform, the founders added some extra features onto the site, like a featured videos page, which shows the day's top performing videos, the ability to rate videos 1 to 5 stars, and subscriptions. Now, the PayPal employees that started the company were actually pretty rich. They were all lead developers at PayPal. 2 were engineers and 1 was a designer. And after eBay bought PayPal, they all got pretty good paychecks. So initially they had enough money to fund YouTube, and the money was going to host servers, which they did on a platform called Server Beach. But as it began to take up more and more space on the servers, YouTube had to pay more money to Server Beach, and they had to go into venture capital fundraising. And 2 of the earliest funders to YouTube were Sequoia Capital and Artist Capital. And on the new and improved non-dating website version of YouTube, on April 23rd, 2005, the first ever video uploaded on the site was called Me at the Zoo, which shows that one of the founders, Javed Karim, standing in front of the elephant exhibit at the San Diego Zoo. At the time, YouTube videos were limited to 30 seconds, so this video is only about 30 seconds long. Now, how did YouTube initially gain traction? So at the time, the most popular social media site was MySpace, and the founders of YouTube actually did something very clever on YouTube. They allowed people to embed links into the videos, which can then be posted and shared on any social media site, any instant messaging platform, and any sort of email. So how YouTube gained traction initially was very heavily through MySpace, with people sharing YouTube links in posts, and that's where a ton of traffic was coming from YouTube. And in fact, by the time that YouTube officially launched their public beta, it was already getting 8 million views a day, YouTube. Now, even still, YouTube was nothing close to a household name. It was more just something that more techie people in the world went to post videos and to share with friends, but it really wasn't anything that was like a super big, like a household name. But YouTube got its first initial rocket launch of spike growth when people started uploading pirated videos, specifically one from SNL called Lazy Sunday. This was a skit of 2 people singing about, their Sunday, but it was a funny little rap skit, and it was one of the first videos to ever go viral on YouTube, garnering 5 million views before SNL got mad that YouTube was allowing this pirated footage from their platform to be on YouTube, and then SNL took it down. But even still, 5 million views later, despite the video getting taken down, YouTube skyrocketed in growth from that one video. And by July 2006, more than 65,000 videos were uploaded, and more than 100 million views were received daily. Keep in mind, YouTube was only first conceived of 1 year prior. Now, the early business model of YouTube was similar, but not exactly quite the same as it is today. Back in 2006, YouTube was only showing banner ads on their platform, as opposed to little short videos of ads in pre-roll and throughout the YouTube videos. And also, as opposed to brands sponsoring ad spots on YouTube that just go to a certain genre of video, like if a company wants to sponsor all beauty themed videos or all sports themed videos, instead YouTube's partnered with specific celebrities that have their own channels, and those celebrities' channels themselves would have advertisements. So, for example, Paris Hilton was the first ever celebrity to have a advertisement on her channel, and that advertisement was for the Fox show Prison Break, which is specifically shown on her channel. Now, YouTube got acquired by Google extremely quickly. On October 9th, 2006, roughly a year before the idea was even conceived, Google acquired YouTube for $1.6 billion, and the CEO at the time called it the next step in the evolution of the internet. Chapter 2, Rise of the YouTuber, 2007 to 2009. So in 2007, the first viral videos from everyday people began taking off, such as Charlie Bit My Finger, Chocolate Rain, and Snape, Severus Snape. And as well, more everyday people start to make content, such as Fred, Good Mythical Morning, Smosh, and Nigahiga. Good Mythical Morning and Smosh are two very, very popular YouTubers up until this day, and they started posting around this time. As well, YouTube, because it was getting sued by so many different companies, music video companies, TV show companies, movie companies, for allowing their content to be pirated illegally onto YouTube, to avoid those lawsuits, invented something called Content ID, which is where they compare the uploaded content to a database of registered videos, so you weren't able to upload pirated content without it getting taken down. So that saved YouTube from a ton of lawsuits. Now, further, in 2007, YouTube launched the partnership program, which is where, through ad revenue, YouTube pays top creators to create videos for their site. And at the time, anyone who uploaded videos was eligible to make money. Now there's certain watch time and subscriber requirements. There's also, at the moment, requirements separately for long form and short form / shorts videos, separate watch time and subscriber requirements. But at that time, there was no kind of requirement. As long as you upload a video, you can make money. And at this moment, because you weren't allowed to post pirated videos, and because you are now being paid to make videos, we see an entire shift on the landscape of videos being uploaded onto YouTube, from the short, homey feeling webcam kind of content to more higher edited videos. And this is when certain YouTubers like KSI, MKBHD, The Game Theorist, and Do Perfect, who are till this day very, very popular and very relevant YouTubers, that is when they all joined the game onto YouTube. Now, even further, beyond just classic YouTubers, this was the time when YouTube started minting out really, really A-list celebrities. The first one being Justin Bieber, who was noticed by the talent manager Scooter Braun. Scooter Braun was sifting through YouTube trying to find a certain artist when he accidentally clicked on one of Justin Bieber's videos and he fell in love with Justin Bieber. Scooter Braun then reached out to Justin Bieber, who then Scooter Braun introduced to Usher. Fun fact, as I was doing some research, I learned that Justin Bieber's mom was very adverse to him working with Scooter Braun because Scooter Braun was Jewish and she did not want him to work with a Jewish manager, but eventually she got over it. Also at this time, Fred, who was known for making skits, he became the first ever channel to hit 1 million subscribers. So at the moment, 1 million subscribers doesn't really seem like a big deal. It kind of seems, if anything, like a small amount for a creator to have. But at the time, that was a massive deal. And Fred, really, to anyone on YouTube, was a household name that everyone just knew. Chapter 3 of YouTube. YouTube competing with traditional media, 2010 to 2015. So in 2010, just to give you some stats about how big YouTube got in just 5 years, 20 hours of video are uploaded every minute. But even more importantly, YouTube is receiving 2 billion views a day, which is double the audience of the 3 major TV show networks in America, ABC, NBC, and CBS. When YouTube was first conceived, it was kind of seen as the unrespected little brother of all these TV show networks and was thought of as never, ever being able to compete with the top dogs in the industry, such as ABC, NBC, and CBS. But in just 5 years, YouTube doubled the amount altogether. At this time, to further compete with those top TV show platforms, YouTube launched YouTube live streaming and the ability to pay for and watch movies on YouTube. I think the most important thing in this era of YouTube was the change in the algorithm, which is when the developers decided to prioritize retention, which means how long someone watches a YouTube video for, over the click-through rate. Previously in this era on YouTube, people were putting thumbnails and titles on videos that had absolutely nothing to do with the videos. They could put, the most outrageous, most extreme thumbnail and title, and it would just be, a person doing a skateboard in their backyard, a skateboard trick in their backyard, and because the algorithm was simply responding to how many times someone clicked on the video, it had absolutely nothing to do with the content. And so people were getting really mad at YouTube that they weren't getting the videos they wanted. But as the shift in the algorithm decided to prioritize retention, you couldn't do that anymore because it didn't matter what your click-through rate was. It just mattered if you can get someone to stay from the beginning to the end of the video, which really just festered this entire new era of people really working hard to script and plan and film and edit their videos to engage people for as long as possible. And this experiment that the developers did actually really paid off. In fact, the average watch time increased by 4 times after that shift. As well, during this era, YouTube reached some major milestones. The first being that Gangnam Style was the first ever video to hit 1 billion views on December 21st, 2012. Smosh also became the first channel to hit 10 million subscribers, and YouTube, for the first time, averaged 1 billion unique users every single month in 2014. Chapter 4, YouTubers as companies 2016 to current. So, on January 17th, 2017, Twitter shut down Vine. And what this allowed to happen was that all the Vine creators switched over to YouTube, all already having massive audiences. Some of those creators included Logan Paul and Jake Paul, who are very, very relevant and popular to this day, as well as Lady Pons, King Batch, Zach King, and some others. So they all brought massive platforms onto YouTube. At this point, a new level of stardom is completely reached after the algorithm shift where people are trying to make more higher edited quality videos. After all these Vine stars come onto YouTube with major audiences already built in. These are the following stats that happen. On August 25th, 2018, Logan Paul and KSI host a boxing match in London, reaching over 2.25 million people concurrently, and those are pay-per-views. Also, PewDiePie becomes the first ever channel to hit 100 million subscribers. He had a whole battle with an Indian music video company called T-Series, and PewDiePie surpassed them the first one to reach 100 million subscribers. And also, Lily Singh became the first ever YouTuber to host a major talk show on a major network on September 16th, 2019. Also, the most important thing of this era was that on July 17th, 2020, the drum cell is created, which is by far the most popular and most important channel on the entire platform. Moving on. So, this is where we get to about more modern day. So, as recently as 2020, when TikTok really began to take off during the pandemic, YouTube realized that they finally had competition in the mobile and desktop streaming space. So to combat the short form rise in consumer behavior, YouTube pivoted to launch their SKU called YouTube Shorts, which now receives up to 7 billion views a day. Just a side point, YouTube Shorts has really allowed smaller creators to grow an audience, which was very, very hard previously because the algorithm was only recommending larger creators. But now with just this endless swipe through feed, anyone was able to get discovered. I've been able to grow my YouTube channel from Shorts alone to 36,000 subscribers, all thanks to Shorts. And now the current state of YouTube, where it is today. So in the past 2 years, Logan Paul and KSI have launched Prime Hydration, which is a beverage company, and Mr. Beast has launched Feastables, which is a chocolate bar company. And being a successful YouTuber is now more about creating a brand that lasts outside of YouTube and that can last beyond your channel, such as a merch brand or a drink or a snack, or Mark Rober, who is a science-themed YouTuber. He's doing something where you can build your own toys that he sends you in the mail. So right now, the current state of YouTube is that people are focusing on making good YouTube videos with the purpose of selling products that can outlive their name afterwards. It's crazy to think how much effect YouTube has had on the world in the past 20 years alone, through minting A-list celebrities to completely changing how we consume media. In just 20 short years alone, YouTube has done that. It is an insane invention.